a very weird game in the sense of that could have been a lot easier
Yeah,
than what they made it out to be. But I'm still happy that we got the result in the first place.
yeah.
But let me just start with you as I always do with these reviews. Let me just hear your thoughts first and
Ah,
specifically on that game.
honestly, exactly, bro. That's a weird game. United came out the blocks, home game, looking for two wins in a row at home under
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim for the first time ever since he got to the dugout. And yeah, Chelsea were under the cosh, and it showed. Got the red card for Robert Sanchez, and now Enzo Maresca, bro. Like, what's happening? He's supposed to be the world champion, one championship coach, bro. Like, what's happening?
Champions of the world.
What's
Champions of
what's
what?
happening? The gold
Champions
badge.
of
What's wrong? Why are you panicking now? Why are you panicking now?
Ay, ay,
Esteval
ay,
off. He
ay,
took out most of
ay.
his attackers. Now the game has changed. United
Mm.
clearly we are in control of this game now, and it showed. Got the goals. And then Casemiro just gives them back the control, which for someone who
Nah, I
owns the
think Cassie
team
was.
is so weird.
I was saying Cassie was like, "Nah, bro, we're cruising too nicely. Something
Yeah,
needs to happen for drama." That's because you make the joke of saying United always do things so hard, and it's like 10 men against 11, 2-0 up, Old Trafford's rocking. Let's get our strikers some goals, man. Let's just have some fun. Pulls whoever he pulls, and you're just thinking to yourself, man. And again, as you said, out of anyone I was watching with a couple of friends, and I'm just thinking, if there's anyone on the pitch, on the field, on that team that you're saying, I trust you to make the right choice,
yeah,
you'd think the dude who's won 5 Champions Leagues would be the one who you trust far and away would just do the job.
yeah,
And it was disappointing, but I'd say from what I saw, even though it was like the first 5 minutes, I think that was a weird game because I was like, you don't analyze a game like that because again, it was 10 versus 11
yeah.
so early that Villa, the game state was never going to be the same. But credit to Chelsea for the way that they didn't look like a team under pressure. I don't know if that's on us or maybe that's them being really like good, like they set up very well, but I think Enzo Maresca, we were robbed of a competitive game, but
Yeah,
we got the result, so I don't really care that much. But I think from that point, I'd say I don't know from Man United's point of view, like in terms of what you saw, do you feel like you've seen any improvement of especially off of the low of last week versus City and
yeah.
that game against Chelsea, even though it was 10 men to be fair.
Maybe defensive organization, but like you
Hmm.
mentioned, like they were playing with 10 men, and most of the attackers were already off. Cole Palmer also had to go off because of an injury. Defensively, I feel like Matthias de Ligt really led from the back. And Dorgu, we always say, how is he always getting himself in those positions? How is he always, the system
Over
always
and
puts him
over.
in the middle, inside the opposition's box. And he finally capitalizes and gets an assist. But from United's point of view, the attack still needs to be more clinical. Mbuemo,
Yeah.
Amadialo still need to create more chances for Benjamin Sheshko. I think that's what I'm gonna say. But defensively, look more solid. Attacking wise, we still need to be more potent. And what about you?
No, I won't say too much because I think a game. This is a game where I was like, there's not too much that you can analyze, even from like style of play. We were up for so long. Even when we were 10 versus 10, that's also a different game
Yeah,
in itself. And I think Chelsea, I'd say the second half, they really improved a lot more. I'd say there were a couple of opportunities, not high quality chances. Again, credit to De Ligt, who I can say is showing a lot of that Ajax potential
yeah,
at a more consistent basis. I think, we didn't watch Syria that much. We didn't watch Bundesliga, so we don't really know. But I'd say this is probably the best, most consistent version of Matthias de Ligt, which is quite good, I'd say. And I think I saw a lot of people were complaining that Euro was benched, and I'm like, I mean, not ideal that you bench your most informed center back at the moment between him and De Ligt, but I don't mind it. I think again, we've seen with Madrid there that managers who are not afraid to rotate, it's not a bad thing. But it's
Yeah,
obviously if you have options to rotate with, that's a different situation altogether. If we had lost this game, it's a different conversation. But I think more than anything, you don't focus too much. You just say you get 3 points, and yeah, Amorim at the helm once again. A lot of talk about his job, but I think he needed the win. I think he's needed wins altogether.
yeah,
I think he doesn't have a lot of those in the bank, and now it's a case of can he do back to back? He has not done back to back since being the Man United manager, which is crazy because he's going on a year now in the
yeah.
job in a month. So you'd hope that the consistency will formulate, but otherwise, Bruno Fernandes, 100 goals, 200 games. I mean, damn, what
It
a
is
what a
magnifico.
bro. And I think we've said a lot about him, but I think again, and I know you have your thoughts on him now at this
Yeah,
current point, but I think he's been there for the past, I'd say 6 years. He's always just been there, and you can't help but appreciate it and just say, you know what, fair play. When it's all said and done, is he United legend or cult hero? Before we kind of sign off, I just wanna
I feel like
ask you,
he's
Bruno
there with that
Fernandez.
old Brian Robson. See, like they're in that crop, bruh.
Okay.
Like
No,
they
fair,
they
fair, fair.
they
No,
were
sure,
the
fair enough.
shining light in not the best times in United history.
Okay.
I feel like he
No,
was
that's
there.
fair. That's fair.
So if the next
No, fair
generation
enough.
go on and like go do well, Bruno Fernandes, bro, his stocks will go up because he kept
Fair
us
enough.
afloat dog during this time.
Fair enough. But no, that was just our brief thoughts. Chelsea champions of what? Getting towering a loss
Yeah,
to Man United,
back to
and
back
yeah,
losses for
but
them.
interesting, interesting. But I think they'll be fine. I think Cole Palmer obviously will depend how his season is looking.
Yeah,
But no, other than that, no, we just wanted to share our brief thoughts on that. Let us know what you guys think of just the game and just the season in terms of United and Chelsea, and otherwise just keep on interacting. We appreciate it. But yeah, for myself, Mo and VJ, stay tuned in.
I've got